The Dean Blundell Show on 102.1 The Edge may contain words or subject matter not suitable for all members of our listening audience. Listener discretion is advised.
The Dean Blundell Show. Going Dick head free.
In T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 9, 69, 69.
The Dean Blundell Show.
Dean Blundell and Todd. Those are the only guys that when I listen to them, I'm just howling on the way to work or school.
I've never laughed so hard in my life.
The Dean Blundell Show. 102.1 The Edge.
Yeah, we're broadcasting live from Eagles Nest, which is in beautiful Maple. It's a golf course, and why we're here is I believe it's the fourth. Is this the fourth annual Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic? We're here for the Children's Aid Foundation. Joe and his friends, and we'll go over who they are, have made all kinds of money for Children's Aid. So this is kind of where we're going to camp out this morning and do the show from here. Hi, how are you? 3 hours?
Third annual.
Oh, you had to come correct. Are you associated with the tournament? Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Hi.
I like it when people that know what they're doing come and tell me what I'm doing. That's good. Yeah, that's what PR people are for. And ladies in pink sweaters. It's the third. We did it quiet. I know you did. You just a little three. You held up three.
Yeah, you made it obvious, dude.
Yeah,
this is unnecessary.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It is the third annual Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic for Children's Aid, live at Eagles Nest, and this is why we're here today, to raise money for kids that need it. And we'll have some examples of it later on this morning. And the good news is that all the celebrities are going to be funneled through here. They're going to chat with us. We're the only radio station here, which is great. Thanks to our friends at TD and James Dodds and all the people at Eagles Nest and our friends over at the Score Television Network that helped us do this today. We're going to see all kinds of people. Who do we got? We got Todd Zeile. You know who Todd Zeile is? Former Major League Baseball player.
Of course I know Todd Zeile.
Played for the Phillies.
It's always fun when athletes have the same name as you. You instantly do you like any Dean athletes?
I don't think so.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Ray Bourque's here, your buddy.
Yeah, Ray loves me.
Yeah,
Ray thinks I'm really famous.
He's probably been looking forward to this since last year.
He did, because I saw him last year. I said, "Is it nice to see me?" And he said, "Absolutely." So Ray Bourque will be nothing like a Hall of Famer that comes.
Yeah. I'm sure that's going to happen.
Joe Carter, of course, is here, and I can't wait to see Joe. You won't find a better ambassador for humanity. You really won't. I listened to that guy on about 4 different radio stations this week. Just do interview after interview after interview, just for the cause. And you won't find a guy that smiles, because it gets tough to do this stuff. I understand it. Guys are like, oh, you got to do an interview here, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you put yourself out there. And Joe's been doing this for years, and you won't find a guy who's more beloved in the city still, some 20 years after he knocked that sumbitch out of the park.
The greatest moment in sports history in Toronto.
Yeah, I would say
it's got to be. It's the only second walk-off home run ever, right? In a World
Absolutely.
Series. So
and the other thing is too, if you think about it, when you say it's the greatest sports moment in Toronto history, the other thing is that most of the memories that we have of other great moments have died with the people that are old enough to remember them.
Oh, you're talking about the Leafs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Former Leafs will be here, of course. Dougie Gilmour, our friend Doug, will be here. He's a great guy. Mike Krushelnyski will be here later on this morning. Fred McGriff, Jamal McGlure, Kenny Lofton, Ian Leggett, old friend of ours. Bo Jackson's coming back this year. And, of course, Rod Black is going to be your MC. Jerome Bettis, Charles Barkley. I got a note last night. Charles may not be able to make it. They're trying to bring him in late because he had a photo or a commercial shoot to kind of a bit of a screw job, but if he comes here, the whole place will light up. So.
What would Charles say about that?
Got a dual commercial shoot. It's terrible. Terrible.
He probably is upset because he's come in here every year and he's just a stellar dude. It is amazing. You said how these guys walk around like Joe Carter and they put on a big, huge smile the entire day. And that's not easy to do when you're just golfing.
Yeah, when there's no puck bunnies around, it's really hard to smile all day. But of course, Charlie Sheen will be here. You see him throw out the first pitch last night, and I watched the guy throw the first pitch out of the Jays game, and then I watched him on TV do the batting practice. He's got some chops, that guy. He can he can swing a bat.
Did he do all right? Did he hit any out? Do you know?
I don't know if he hit any out, but he complained about his hands a lot.
Meaning like they're hurt from just like you get them at the end of the bat?
Yeah, and that just lets you know how tough the rest of the guys are that do that for a living. So hopefully we'll grab Charlie Sheen later on this morning. Gordie Howe's coming. It's a big day. We're excited for it. Eagles Nest, the Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic, 3rd annual, making money for Children's Aid, which is a bunch of... And the other thing is these guys are mega celebrities. Some of these guys have more money than Christ. And they come here every year out of the kindness of their heart, and that is it. So, their heart's in the right place as everybody follows Big Joe here to make some money for kids.
The Dean Blundell Show, 102.1
Upset Rob Ford's not coming today.
Yeah. So there's a big. This is now what you're about to tell us is basically groundbreaking.
Yeah. So yesterday, I don't know what time it was, earlier in the day, like mid morning, I get a text from a cop friend of mine that said, "Hey, look out! Watch your Twitter account. A buddy of mine he's going to tweet you a picture that he took of Rob Ford this morning." So I said, okay, no problem. So sure enough, about 5 minutes later, I check my Twitter account, and this tweet comes in from this fella, and I look at it, and I'm like, this can't be serious. And it's Rob Ford driving a Cadillac Escalade, which is good news because he's traded in the loser cruiser.
The Rob Ford van?
The grocery getter. Yeah, he's traded that in for an Escalade. So at least he's got a new vehicle, which is great. But he's driving about 70. This is what the guy told me on the phone yesterday. He's driving about 70 on the Gardner, I believe going east or westbound. I can't remember. Heading eastbound by Jameson. And so he tweets it. So I retweet the whole thing, just not even thinking. Just, here's another picture of Stupid Head. Here's another picture of Tub of Guts. And I'm thinking to myself, this will just be fun. Well, about an hour later, I'm listening to the news, and it's the first news story, and they've taken it off my Twitter account, and they turned it into this, and it trended across Canada. That's how incredible Twitter is. I can post a picture of Tub of Guts on my Twitter account, and it becomes news around the world in like an hour.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. So, anyway, he was seen driving and reading. Now, he was reading, he says, a speech. It appears to me it looks like a menu.
Yeah, it does, because it's spaced out.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
and then I started to laugh because I thought, well, it looks like he's also eating a burger or like a breakfast sandwich, which is he's holding the piece of paper with. And I realized that indeed was not a big, fat, greasy cheeseburger. That was Rob Ford's hand.
Oh, it's just a big meat hand. It's just it does. It doesn't look like fingers. There's nothing long. Yeah. That is.
It totally looks like a burger. He's got burger hands. Hey, Rob Ford's got burger hands.
Like his thumb is the size of a whole patty.
Yeah,
that is funny. But when you said it was a menu, I'm like, it can't be. He's got every menu off. Like, no, he knows them off by heart.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's got him committed to memory. That one. Oh, when Holy Chow closed down, he was pissed because that was a big menu he remembered. Over the years, he really stuck with it. So anyway, the guy that tweeted the picture, and you know what really pisses me off is that I took was really upset with CP2 for those outlets that think they're news outlets like CP24, the Toronto Star, CTV Newsnet. Those guys are pretenders. We are the people that break the news.
People don't know that, and they didn't give you credit. They didn't give your Twitter. Yeah,
I physically took the picture, and the text that the cop sent me that took the picture.
Yeah,
and I cut and pasted it and put it on Twitter yesterday. I still have the text and everything. Yeah, so I can prove it all.
And it's they should just do that. It's Dean Blundell.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You want real news? That's where it is.
Did you people superimposing things in this already?
Oh, too? Yeah. Superimposing like a KFC logo on the top of the paper.
Yeah, well, someone had him reading like 50 Shades of Grey. I thought was funny. Because you can't see the other hand.
That's right. Yeah. There's a lot of eating in 50 Shades of Grey, too, so maybe that was it. Maybe he thinks poontang is a gravy and fry dish.
He's like handcuffs and gravy. Like, he'll eat anything.
Yeah. I just want someone to...
I just want someone to handcuff me and throw poutine at me. That's all I want to do. That's my sweetest fantasy ever.
If I don't eat enough, hit me with a leather strap.
Made from bacon. That'll be the best.
Anyway, he admitted to it. He said said he did do it. He said, yeah, probably.
No, he said, I probably. Yeah,
probably.
What are you doing it?
Yeah. It's a lot of probablys for Rob Ford. A lot of no's and then a lot of probablys. Anyway, check our Twitter accounts. Of course, we'll have the news before everybody else. They get it from us now, I guess. That's the truth. They got the news from us.
Yeah, that's good. They should give credit.
We talked about our wieners for 12 years.
And they
get their news from us.
I know. What does that say about them?
Wieners are news. Wieners are news.
Or wieners can make news.
And poop, too.
Yeah.
I woke up to go get me a cold pop. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's
The Dean Blundell Show.
Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus.
Dean Blundell Show.
I got bronchitis. 102.1. Ain't nobody got time for that.
This is the part that's embarrassing. but I still feel like a wheel.
Oh, I know it's embarrassing.
So
yeah.
Now Hersh is here. He's the celebrity chairman, so he's in charge of making sure all the celebrities get what they need and make sure that they contribute what they have to, which is signing these pictures. Now, is this mic on? Does this mic work here? Yeah. Okay. Come on over here, Hersh. I want to talk to Hersh. Hersh is. Let's give him a hand. By the way, he's really worked hard over this the course of the few months here setting this up. How are you, sir? Nice to see you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Dean.
Good to see you. So now, what do we have here that you have in front of me? You've given me a pen, and I've signed a few of them already. But what is it that you give out? And tell us about these posters and the flags.
Every golfer today will get a wonderful Joe Carter Classic commemorative poster, and we're getting them signed by every celebrity in attendance, and there's 30 of them.
Yeah.
And now right at the top center, there's beautiful Dean Blundell autographs, which makes them much more valuable.
I have drilled the actual resale value of these things into the ground. You will never be able to sell these. No one. See, that's why they asked me to sign them, and I signed them next to people that, like, I didn't want to sign them next to, Kenny Loft or anybody. So I just put my signature next to some other people and made it kind of indescribable, so everybody doesn't go, "Hey, who's that loop?"
Well, yeah, and it's like the website when you go down it, because it's in alphabetical order, and I just love it because it goes like Jerome Bettis, and then like Dean Blundell, Ray Bourque, Joe Carter,
Charles Barkley, George Bell, Dean.
Well, you're in between Cito Gaston and Greg Lloyd. So.
Cito Gaston and Greg Lloyd. Now, Greg Lloyd is an Australian pitcher, is he not? For the Blue Jays,
absolutely. He's quite good.
And a big guy, great guy. And Cito Gaston, which, if Cito knew anything about me, he'd be happier.
Yeah, you'd be benched.
Yeah.
You would have been traded.
Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we got the Edgefiles live from Eagles. That's the Joe Carter Charity Classic for Children's Aid. It is today. We will catch up with a whole bunch of celebrities. Special thanks to BlackBerry, TD, the Score Television Network, and the Toronto Star, our friends over at Callaway. I mean, we'll get to all those in a minute, but these sponsors have gone above and beyond to make sure that everybody has exactly what they need today, and the kids get what they need, which is a whole bunch of money. Over $500,000 forked over already.
No way. That is unbelievable.
The Dean Blundell Show on 102.1 The Edge.
This is your Edge. Hold it. Files with Dean Blundell on the Edge.
Rob Forecott reading he said was a speech that he was going to give in Chicago on the way to work, but the problem was he was driving 70, and he was driving 70.
Yeah, it's illegal. It's not a good example to set. You might as well just be texting that he's fat to people
while he's driving.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I'm driving and I'm fat. Yesterday, we tweeted a picture which went viral and kind of went around the world, including Canada, and it started to trend across Canada, which was kind of neat. And Fordsy, and I like this about the guy. He does one of these.
Probably.
I probably was.
I probably was driving. I can't really figure it out. I might have been driving. I might have been reading. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been worse, actually.
Yeah.
It could have been like licking a menu, like stuff.
Or trying to gratify himself. Now, if you see Rob doing that, please do not take pictures.
No, don't tell anybody either. It's just we don't want to know about it. We don't want to think about it with those big meat hands. And
I don't even know. Well, maybe take a picture and see if you can see it underneath all that stuff.
Yeah, that's a funny one. He hasn't seen it in 5 years.
Yeah. He's like, let me see that. I haven't seen it in years either.
Thanks for that. Thanks for the down blast.
And good news, everybody. They're making alcoholic sandwiches.
That is great news.
Yeah, in New York, at a Manhattan panini shop, you can order alcoholic sandwiches. It's called Sal You May. They offer several different paninis infused with either scotch or gin.
Brilliant. I can't believe they haven't done this before.
None of the alcohol is cooked off during the assembly of the sandwich. Since the sandwich is placed in liquor and then served, no word if you have to be of legal drinking age to purchase the sandwich. How much of an alcoholic do you have to be when you're putting gin in your bread?
What are you talking about?
You just tell everybody it's balsamic, don't you?
Yeah, really. It's in everything. Yeah. Well, you don't use alcohol salad dressing?
No, I haven't for years. Yeah.
You go to like a Subway place, they put on those different secret sauces.
Chipotle, sub sauce,
sure.
Scotch.
Yeah.
Good one. That's a red flag. Hey, when you're an alcoholic when you're getting infused gin paninis.
It's okay. You put a little cheese on it, and a little wine or something.
Dip it in some vodka if you just really want to kick it up a notch. They said that you can actually get drunk off of half a sandwich, or at least get a good buzz on. A couple people that tried them said, yes, indeed, they were probably inebriated after eating the entire panini.
It's amazing.
It is awesome, isn't it?
I want to try one.
I know you do.
You?
Yeah, it's big time.
Okay.
Be the best. Those are your Edgefiles, whatever the hell day it is in August, year 2012.
The Edgefiles on 102.1. The Edge.
The Dean Blundell Show. The Dean Blundell Show on the Edge.
Charity Golf Classic, of course. If you don't know who Joe Carter is, you're a retard. He hit a game-winning, World Series-winning home run 20 years ago, and he gives back to the community every year. And this year, once again, the third annual Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic, which is easily one of the best. It's probably the best-run golf tournament. And I've been to the Canadian Open. It's better run than the Canadian Open.
Yeah, I would say it's more popular, too.
Yeah, I bet you more cameras would like to be here to see some of these people golf. Damon Allen, Marcus Allen, Jerome Bettis, Ray Bourque, Joe's here, Dr. J, Cito Gaston, Doug Gilmour, Kelly Gruber, Gordie Howe, Bo Jackson, Mike Crucial-Niski, Fred McGriff, and someone named Guy O'Brien.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Guy O'Brien is?
Who's Guy O'Brien?
Well, we'll find out later.
Some guy, get it?
O'Brien.
Yeah, and
Alan Thicke, who I can't wait to meet today.
Does he have perfect hair in person?
Totally.
It's not fair to have that kind of hair throughout your entire life.
I know.
Yeah,
and has the most soothing voice in the world. If you were to say to me, you can go to sleep to one voice, it would be Alan Thicke or Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
maybe two voices.
I hear what you're saying, Dean.
not a Jewish guy doing a Morgan Freeman voice.
You don't want me to pet your leg while you go to sleep, Dean?
Only if you talk like that. It's like one of the dudes from Deliverance.
Some penises aren't meant. Get busy dying or get busy
porking. So yeah, they're all coming today. Alan Thicke will be here. Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, he's not necessarily here today, but there's a big after. He might be here today, too. Wow.
Oh, he is coming today. Is he golfing today? He's just hanging out today.
Wow.
Is he going to be driving around talking to people, or is he just coming to the reception today? He's here. He's here for the dinner. So Charlie be here for the dinner.
Wow, that's super cool,
Isn't that awesome?
That is really cool.
And have you seen his new show, Anger Management? It's very funny.
I haven't seen it.
Dude, one of the greatest trailers, too, of his show, and when all the trains crash around him and explode, and he walks out of it, and he starts brushing his arms off, and he goes, come on, everybody deserves a 24th chance. One of the greatest characters in the last 2 years, for sure, and biggest newsmakers, Charlie Sheen is here as well, donating his time. So I would say come and join us, but you can't really. It's closed to the public, but we'll try and bring you everything we can that you don't get to see on the radio live here this morning.
Like the Zamboni on the greens. I didn't know they had a Zamboni on the greens.
Well, and that Zamboni goes sideways. It looks like a magic Zamboni.
That's kind of neat, eh?
Yeah,
Because I saw another machine on the greens, because you get here early. You never know how they work the greens, make them all nice and smooth and stuff. And it was like a super big Bic razor. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, you just pretend that green is a massive lady.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, and that's a massive runway.
It took some time. And they went right around the hole. It was amazing.
They did. They really didn't clip the hole, did they?
Quite amazing to watch. Okay.
Those big machines can negotiate their way around the hole. There's a lot of references to vaginas we'll make today, but come and see us.
The Dean Blundell Show.
I don't give a fuck what you do.
102.1.
Keep that radio station and shove it up your ass.
The Edge.
Come on over here. Have a seat right there. Have a seat right there next to T-Bone. The co-chair of the Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic, James Dodds, everybody.
Yeah.
What's up, Doddsy?
Hey, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Welcome to you. You look great.
Thank you. They gave you guys the best view in the golf course here.
Well, is that because of you?
Maybe.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming, guys. It means a lot for us for you guys to come out here and broadcast.
You know what? It's we're really thankful that you let us do it, and thanks to our friends at the Score. I know they're your broadcast partner, and they agreed to let us be here as well. And take us through kind of some of the things. And it's not just impressive; it's pretty phenomenal what you've done in 3 years to raise money for the Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic, and of course, Children's Aid.
Yeah, so we raised $250 the first 2 years, and we made a commitment for $500 for the next 2. So
and for the record, that's 100,000. They're not. It's not like $500.
Yeah, I was going to say 250. Where's the money going, Doddsy?
Great foundation, Children's Aid Foundation. So we're super excited. Real team effort, bringing everyone together, and of course, I'm sure you guys have been talking about it, but we have the superstar Charlie Sheen who arrived yesterday.
Yeah, I saw him throw out the first pitch of the game, and then to give interviews after. He could be the most affable guy ever.
Yeah. So great. And he was really generous with his time yesterday. And he actually, when he was throwing the opening pitch, his original plan was to throw it to the backstop. And perhaps even into the crowd.
Wild Thing.
Yeah, Wild Thing.
No
and
way.
He said, I want you to play Wild Thing afterwards. And he said, I'm going to get the crowd to go up. And then he ended up throwing almost a strike into Ricky. So.
Oh, dude, he can throw a ball.
He can.
And I saw him taking some cuts, too. He can hit a ball.
Yeah. No, he almost hit a couple out.
Did he really?
Yeah. No. Great swing.
Really?
And I tell you what, I had dinner with him in Kansas City a couple months ago, and he knew more about baseball than the rest of us combined at the table. And Joe Carter was there.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
So he was schooling Joe Carter on baseball history.
He was like, in 1987, there was this bunt in the 5th game of the World Series. You remember that?
So I take it he probably knew a little bit about Joe Carter's home run then.
Yeah, of course.
And here's something interesting. I was on my Twitter account. We're doing listener email and tweets right now, so it's kind of interesting. I was on my Twitter account. Someone tweeted a picture of Joe and Mitch Williams standing next to each other.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking to Hersh, and he said Mitch could be one of the greatest guys ever. He's got no ego about the whole thing. He doesn't mind that he served up a big tater tot to Joe Carter 20 years ago to lose the World Series. He's been great, too, to donate his time.
Yeah, for sure. And look, we've been trying to get him to come from year one, and I think because of schedules, this was the first year he's been able to make it, but a true class act.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Some of the other guys that are here, too, that have been coming back year after year. Bo Jackson's back again this year.
Ozzie Smith is here.
May I clarify? Happy Bo.
Happy Bo. He's in a happy place.
Good.
I think maybe we'll have him golf with you today, Dean.
Oh, I'll keep him happy. I brought some happy stuff.
I don't think that's good. I don't think that's going to end well.
No, I'm just as surly as him.
Bo don't know Dean.
No, Bo don't want to know Dean. Yeah. Lego's back this year. Mike Rushelniski, Kelly Gruber, Gordie Howe is back again. This year too.
He was there at the Jays game last night and was looking good for 83.
Can you believe he's 83 years old?
Yeah. What a class act go.
Is he really?
Yeah.
How big is he? He's got like the biggest hands
huge
on the planet.
Hands. Huge. So, oh my God.
Now what Gordie does, James, is he sits on a tee usually, the long drive tee. Is that correct?
Correct. The Callaway long drive tee, just to get the branding in there.
I'm sorry.
Nice that you did that.
Scotty Reed, how are you? The Callaway long drive contest, and Gordie stands there and he tells guys the same thing. Keep your feet, and he's serious about it.
Yeah.
He's still a competitor. Keep your feet shoulder width apart and swing as hard as you can. That's what Gordie says, and that's how he played hockey.
And right when you do it, he gives you an elbow to the face.
And I'll tell you what, I was talking to his son Marty Howe yesterday, and he said, Gordie still actually likes to play golf. His kind of his knuckles are a little bit too swollen at the moment, but still does play golf.
Does he really?
At 83, yeah. I mean, he's not playing today and wants to play, but he still continues to play.
You know what? And you see a guy like that comes out and donates his time, and he's the godfather of hockey. He really is.
Yep.
And it just speaks volumes to what you're doing here today. And Children's Aid, I don't know if you know this, and it's a great stat. 300,000 kids at risk, abuse, and neglect in Canada. They fund programs to give kids, youth, and hope for the future. Children's Aid Foundation providing hope and support before the cycle of the disadvantage gets into the home. And you think about some of the lives you've affected too. Last year you had a fella speak about the change that occurred in his life through Children's Aid. What are some of the more rewarding things about the end result of raising money and putting back money into the community for kids?
Yeah, so to start with this year with the $500,000 donation, we've roughly split it half between scholarships for disadvantaged youths, and some of those scholarship recipients will be here today, and they'll actually speak at the dinner and talk about their experiences, and the other half for kind of in-need programming. So we're quite happy and proud that the corporate community and others have kind of stepped up to to kind of fund that.
Oh, good. And you know what? And that's what makes this work is that some of that corporate money and guys that have a belief that we need to give back to the community.
Yeah. And look, hey, it's a great cause, but it's also a great time. I mean, I think that you see the same celebrities and the same golfers coming back year over year, and I think that's a testament to the event that everyone puts on.
I know I'm excited. I'm excited to sit and chat with of all people that are here. I got a chance to sign some of the posters. I'm sorry. They told me. Yeah.
I sent a memo said absolutely no. Dean signing the posters.
It kills the value.
It does. 100%. 100%.
You're worthless.
Who gave those to you to sign?
Hersh. It's fired.
Hersh.
Yeah,
he says he thinks I'm a celebrity. I didn't tell him I'm not yet. But I'm really excited. Cordell Stewart is here this year.
Slash. Yeah.
And how great has he been?
He was great. Yeah. Him and the bus were spending some time together at the Rogers box last night.
Oh, were they? And was it? Was everybody staring in the box last night trying to get a glimpse?
There was. For sure. I think there was a lot of box crashers last night.
Were there? Were they pretty ladies at least?
Perhaps.
Normally, I don't know if I should say it.
Box crasher.
Yeah, normally the other way around.
Don't worry about
the words.
We're in an event here. Charity.
I know.
Dodds, like, I know.
Corporate filter.
Yeah, we got
between him signing the flags and that now.
Yeah, we've wrecked your event.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, thanks for having me on. I know I'm the kind of the filler until the real guys arrive, but certainly appreciate your help and support, and it's going to be a great event.
Not at all filler, Doddsy. We've been talking about you for 2 days straight.
Okay, all lies or truths?
Although Gilmour's here, so get out of here.
Okay.
Just minding my own business.
It's the Dean Blundell Show.
I was like, boom! It was coming up, boom, boom! Everyone was like,
The Dean Blundell Show.
Reality hits you hard, bro.
On 102.1 The Edge.
Joining us at our desk here, we've got a couple of desks. Eagles Nest Golf and Country Club for the Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic for Children's Aid. Number 93, Killer Doug Gilmour, everybody.
Yeah. Look at the view at your new workplace.
I know. The only thing that'd be better is if the Miss Hawaiian Tropic chicks are in front of us.
Oh, actually, they are downstairs.
Oh, I didn't know that. This is a full-service tournament.
Yeah, they're swimming right now in the pond with snorkels.
Oh, great.
They're prepping.
Doug, thanks for coming, dude. You had a busy day. This is what a lot of the celebrities do. You're driving all over the place yesterday. We were just talking, and you were one of the first guys here this morning to donate your time. Thanks for coming, brother.
Oh, pleasure. Glad to be here, guys.
Yeah, are you?
I am. Actually, I am playing golf today, which is pretty spectacular this time of year. Imagine all year that I've had the summer, and I've had certain things to do, but timing is just, this is my 5th game. So
are you serious?
Yeah, I haven't played. I love the game of golf, and I'm not one of those guys that really cares. Mm-hmm. I'd like to have a cocktail and play the round and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's about the time you spend as opposed to the score.
Exactly.
But in 20 years from now, dude, you're going to be one of those guys, because we're all in our 40s, right? So we're going to be one of those guys that when you go golfing, you don't go, what'd you shoot today? You go, how fast did you get around today?
Yeah, exactly. Well, as being a leap year baby, I'm up to 38 now, so
are you
I'm
really?
Okay, yeah.
So really, are you one of those guys, if you're a leap year child, are you one of those guys that says, I'm actually only 7, and then you joke around about it?
No, I really don't care that much about it. My big birthday is next year, the big 50. So
are you really?
God. Yeah,
that is insane.
Yeah, looking forward to it, and just obviously it'll be a big party in the backyard and enjoy it. And hopefully I can stay up past 10.
Will Aykroyd be there in his cowboy boots?
Well, that's pretty special out at Lowborough Lake back in Kingston, and to see Dan walking around with a cowboy hat, shorts on, and cowboy boots.
See, I would think that you'd be golfing more with guys like that in your retirement, but you're not retired. You're in Kingston. You're the general manager of the Frontenacs now, and we were just talking about the lockout and how it affects what you guys are trying to do in Kingston. But 30 days, and I'll ask you. I'm sure everybody will ask you. What are do you know anything about the deal with the NHLPA? They put an alternative deal forward. Do you think this is going to get done?
Dan, honestly, I don't know. I'd like to give you an answer here. I've been out of the game for 10 years that way, and as far as the Players Association, so it's let's just say hopefully none of this happens. We're all hockey fans here, and we'd love to see the game continue and come to some kind of agreement. Obviously, the fans out there, throughout North America, for that matter, and we don't need this again.
Mm-hmm. The game seems to be doing so well too. Like, it's completely on the rise. It would be such a shame that they would try and do the stoppage, because it's just growing. Right, let's go with it.
Well, obviously, yes, and there's certain teams that are struggling, and that's where obviously they got to address that right now. But who knows, guys? As a hockey fan, I just want to see the game start on time and not go through any work stoppage.
You can tell the Preds are struggling with that contract to say whatever.
When you think about what was the most you ever got paid in the NHL? The 1 year you got paid the very most.
I was fortunate in Chicago. I made $6 million.
$6 million. So that was probably you were the highest paid guy in the NHL, or one of them at least at that point.
I was probably pretty close to it.
Yeah.
It's pretty special. You look back at your career. I found my contract the other day, my first year, and it was $75,000, and it took me 5 years to get to $200,000. Now again, that's still a lot of money, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not crapping on that side of it, but it's something that the game has changed, and it will continue to change. So. Again, there are certain teams shooting themselves in the foot by these big contracts or what's going on, and at the same time, the amount of years that they're signing these guys for. So, obviously, I'm sure the next couple weeks here they'll address all that and hopefully get it all done.
Any hockey players that are coming today that you hate?
I haven't checked the list yet. So
Krushelnyski's here. I heard he's a big prick.
No,
I'm joking. He's a great guy.
He's a good guy.
Oh, he's one of the funniest. He was one of the only guys that actually enjoyed talking to me, or so he said last year. So that's
he said. He used that line on me many years ago.
I bet he did. But some of the guys that you played with that are here, when you guys get together, do you, like Todd and I talk about, do you remember that chick, the promo girl from like in 2005? Do you guys sit and go, remember that goal I scored? Or do you remember when I undressed you and you left your...
No,
you guys reminisce at all, or
we used to have bets who would be the first Sunshine Boy. That was our biggest thing, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think
Sylvie Pagoda. Oh, God.
Yeah, but you get a chance to see these guys, but do you reminisce? Do you talk about the old days when you...
A couple years back, obviously we all got together at a 93, 94 team and just went to the Leaf game, and it was a lot of fun. And obviously the Outdoor Classic game coming up this year would be a lot of fun. And
are you going to play in that?
Oh yeah. I'm training now. I should be out 3 more times before that.
Just as much as your golf game, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but is that one of those things where, with this lockout looming, you guys must have been, somewhere inside, you must be so pumped for that, right?
Well, yeah, but if there is a lockout, and depending on if there's a work stoppage for whatever, they'll have to probably cancel that game.
I know, it'd be so disappointing.
We all are looking forward to it. Obviously, there's such a big alumni here, and I know that they put 2 games together, and again, it would be my first one in a outdoor venue like this, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
You're going to give it too if you play, right? You're going to go hard.
You got certain guys on the Detroit team. Koff's going to be there. You got Chelios that didn't retire just a couple of years ago, and he's only 64 right now, so that's not bad. But they got Maltby, they got Drapers, they got guys that just retired.
Is Lidstrom going to play?
Lidstrom will play for sure.
Can you imagine?
You guys are dead.
Well,
you have no chance.
I think Matt's is coming in, and
nice.
that's the positive side. The negative side is that Ty told me that's our line. Matt's him and I. Did Ty ever happen to play with Detroit so we could trade him?
Doug Gilmour, our guest, live from the Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic for the Children's Aid Foundation. Dude, great to see you. Let's have a couple of cocktails and enjoy ourselves today.
Enjoy it, guys. Thanks for being here.
Oh, anytime. Doug Gilmour, everybody, from your old Toronto Maple Leafs. You know what my favorite memory of Gilmour was, Doug, and I hate to say it was the 3 minutes you played in Calgary. Right towards the end.
What a shift.
See you, man.
Doug Gilmour, everybody.
When he went behind the net.
I know. I know, behind the net. And then boom.
What's that? How did he do that? He just left the table like that. People don't know that.
I know. It's crazy. Just walked away.
Bored, lonely, hard up. Use your free hand and follow the boys on Twitter.
At D. Blundell Show.
The Dean Blundell Show. 102.1.
Great honor as a kid that used to watch Jays games out west, and to have this man sitting on my left is a great honor. Please welcome 2-time World Series winning manager Cito Gaston, everybody, from the Toronto Blue Jays. How are you, dude?
I'm good, thank you. It's nice to be here.
Is it really? Not a lot of people admit that when they hang out with us.
Well, I'll let you know after this.
Okay. I'll not talk. I won't talk.
Yeah, he'll be fine. You just got to get and watch his mouth. So, Cito, you're here today for the Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic. You, of course, 2 World Series with the Blue Jays. You've known Joe for years. What's it like to be here with you guys now? You know, you're all. It's been 20 years, and you see these guys on the golf course. You used to compete with them, and they were kids. What's this like for you?
Well, it's a great day for me to get together with a lot of the guys that I had on the ball club as far as Joe Carter, and Dave Stewart is here, and along with Fred McGriff is around, and Fred was, we had Fred here, and he was part of that big trade that we had with Joe Carter and Robbie Alomar, along with Tony Fernandez.
Do you say sorry to him when you see him?
Well, you know what? I always wished I could have kept all 4 of those guys. I wish we could have kept, kept Fred McGriff along with Tony Fernandez, and we ended up getting Tony back later, though. Yeah. But there was 4 great players there. It just happened to work that. For the Blue Jays and didn't work for the Padres.
Just so happened you were the manager for the Blue Jays, so that really worked out for everybody then, didn't it?
Thank you.
But you were really you took these guys from when they were kids. They're in their late 20s, early 30s, some in their early 30s, and then you see them now as men giving back, and you being one of their mentors. How does that make you feel now?
I'm very proud of these guys, and it's not like we ever lost touch with each other. I mean, I talked to Joe a couple of times a year. Or Joe was even come down to Florida. He was on his way down to the Super Bowl about 3 years ago, and he says, "Hey, Cito, I'm planning a golf tournament. Can I stop by and play golf?" Mm-hmm. And so I'm still in contact with a lot of the guys that were on that team, and happy to be in contact with these guys. And hey. We have a strong bond between all of us, because we did win the World Series and because
twice, man.
Twice. Thank you.
You can brag, by the way, Cito. Okay. You can do that here.
Thank you. How many times you go out partying with Kelly Gruber?
Kelly's here too. I will say this: I was on a couple of cruises with Kelly, so I've had a party with him here too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, then you've lived.
That's true.
And you being still involved with the Blue Jays now as an advisor. I was just talking to you. I don't know if you know this, Todd. Cito's missed 4 home games this year.
I overheard him telling you that. Yeah. That's wild. So you're still so heavily involved and love the team.
Yeah, I do. I love the team, and I think we headed in the right direction. I know we've been saying this a long time, but I think if the fans can just be a little bit more patient with us and support us like they did in the past. And I always thank the fans for these 2 World Series rings that I have, because when I first came here, we were at the old ballpark. We filled that place. We filled the dome. And it gave us a chance to keep our players, go out and get good players. And I think the same thing is happening right now. I think Alex Anthopoulos is doing a great job along with Paul Beeston as far as trying to rebuild this organization and get it on the right track. We've had a lot of injuries this year. Everybody has injuries, but unfortunately, they're all to our pitching staff. Mm-hmm. Some young kids I think are going to be real good pitchers. And I think a couple of years or maybe even next year, depends on if the guys can come back with the injuries. I think it's going to be a good ball club here.
Speaking of injuries, I don't know if you know this. We're friends with Brett and JP, and neither of those guys are actually hurt. They're at my house playing video games.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I got a Red Bull in you. Have you seen Brett? Have you seen Brett snort Red Bull yet?
Well, he's high energy kid. He's got a lot of energy. I love the way he plays. I worry about him here and there, but I do love the way he play the game. Joe Carter played the game that way. But like I say, I worry about him because I think sometimes he needs to calm down just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I
would batting helmet incident.
No, I'd have preferred if he just whipped it right at him. Cito Gaston, former manager of Toronto Blue Jays, World Series winning manager, and a big supporter of not just Joe Carter but the Children's Aid Charity. Really appreciate your time today, and a real honor to have you here. So thank you so much for taking time out with us.
Oh, guys, it's a pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How was it?
It was great. You guys are great.
Well, we're doing our best to bite our tongues.
Cito Gaston, everybody. Thanks again for coming.
What a pleasure.
Much appreciated.
Wow. Thank you.
Okay, here you go. The Dean Blundell Show, 102.1. The Edge.
Joining us in studio, not in studio, we're at Eagles Nest Golf and Country Club 801, and what an honor, probably one of the world's greatest athletes in the history of sports, professional sports, Mr. Bo Jackson. Hello, sir, how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing fine.
Now, if you asked me when I was 15 years old if I ever got a chance to meet you, I'd say, yeah, fat chance. But, boy, what an honor that you're here, and thank you so much for spending time and joining us for this charity.
Hey, when Joe Carter calls and say, hey, I'm supporting a good cause, can you come and help me? You squeeze it in your schedule.
You squeeze stuff in for Joe?
I squeeze stuff in for Joe.
What was it?
We actually kind of got this barter system to where he'll squeeze me in, and I squeeze him in.
Oh, this is a mutual squeeze.
Mutual squeezing.
It's what Dean and I do all the time, but it's usually just for like a coffee.
Gotcha. I hear you.
Now, where are you living? How's life? What's going on with Bo Jackson?
I live in the suburbs of Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm a banker.
Mm-hmm. You're a banker now.
Indoor sports complex owner.
Mm-hmm.
And travel around the world, not around the country. Yep. I've been on the national speaking circuit for about 20 years. Mm-hmm. And just doing my philanthropic work around the country.
Yeah, you do a lot of good work, and you do a lot of charity work. Yeah,
yes.
When you get together with these guys that have, and you're one of the most gifted athletes of our time. You get together with these guys. Do you guys all sit around and I know you do at some point, being as blessed as you've all been, enjoy still giving back to the community and helping at-risk youth like you're doing with Children's Aid today?
Yes, we love to do that, and not only that. You see guys that you don't normally see that you competed against 15, 20 years ago. Yeah. And it's always nice to see them doing good, finding out what. So it's almost like our annual catching up day to where we get together, catch up in the camaraderie and talk about old times and silly things that we did 15, 20 years ago.
Do you still, though, to this day go, yeah, but I did 2 of them professionally?
No, to be honest with you, the only time that I talk about sports, it's when you guys ask.
Break it up.
It's if I'm bragging about something, I'm bragging about my '65 Pontiac Tempest.
Oh, what
you got? A 65.
Is it color? Sick?
A '56 Buick.
Oh, you're an old car buff.
47 Nash.
I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
39 Fords.
That's your passion. What I do. That's your passion now. Is
fishing and hunting. Yes. Anything outdoorsy.
You do. What was the last thing you shot? What was the last thing you shot and killed?
Last thing I shot and killed. Well, I don't call it shooting and killing. It's harvesting.
Oh.
Okay.
I harvest, and it's not harvesting season. Yeah, but anything that I harvest, if I don't consume it, I give it to a needy family.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
So what's your biggest catch you've ever? What's your biggest catch?
The biggest harvest. The biggest thing you've harvested.
Other than football.
Biggest harvest have to be buffalo, elk, 12.5-foot alligator, and it's all with the bow. It's all archery. Yes, all archery.
Oh, that's what you do. You shoot, and these things are hard to yank on, eh? The 10-pound test line. No, not for you.
If you're a wimp.
He's looking at me like I couldn't do it at all.
Yeah. If you sit up all day with headphones on, mic in your face, yes.
Very hard. Bo Jackson here for the Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic. I greatly appreciate your time. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Honor to meet you. Bo Jackson, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wish you had asked him about the bacon real quick he was eating, because we informed him it might have been turkey, but what did you say?
Oh, this is pork. I don't eat turkey for breakfast.
There's a man with principles.
Yes. I have turkeys joining me for breakfast.
This is the D. Lundell Show.
With the help of celebrities like this fella, who Cito told us should have apologized to you back in '91. Fred McGriff, everybody.
Yeah.
Crime Dog. Fred McGriff.
What's up?
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Hey, outstanding moment. My first rock and roll station.
How do you like it so far?
It's all good. I feel it. I feel it.
You feel the music?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you at now? Where do you live? What are you doing, Fred?
I live in Tampa, Florida.
Yep.
Still my stomping grounds. Born and raised there. Love that sunshine, and today is beautiful because last year I came here, it was cold.
It was, wasn't it?
It was cold, and I believe it was raining and everything. So this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. Wonderful. The sun's out. Now listen, you've come up all the way to hang out with Joe, and you were traded for Joe. When you guys when they won the World Series, did you come back and want to punch him in the face?
No.
Are you going to do it today, maybe, and grab one of his rings and say those are mine?
Yeah. Now that you said that, yes.
But great memories of being here in Toronto.
Oh, yeah, no question. I mean, Toronto is where it all started for me. They gave me an opportunity to play in the big leagues, and I still got the first home run in the Sky Dome.
Yeah, that's cool. But how many years were you here for?
4.5 years.
4.5 years. It seems like more. You're such a big figure and such a popular athlete.
I would have thought you played more here because you became such a, in a short period of time, became such a legend in baseball here in the city of Toronto and in the major leagues.
And then I played in the old Exhibition Stadium.
Wasn't that horrible?
That, man. Do you have any cold memories of Exhibition Stadium?
Just a few, man. And being from Florida and up here playing in Exhibition Stadium, oh, brother. It's one of those things like you couldn't wait till the game to end because you were heading for that locker room and get in the shower.
As fast as you could.
Let me get in the shower and thaw out.
You ever play in the snow in Exhibition Stadium?
Yes, a few times. I can't recall offhand, but yeah,
like maybe early April or something when
it was snowing and everything.
And when you hit a ball off the end of the bat, you get, and when it's cold, right? You know the drill. In Exhibition Stadium, and it shakes for a while.
Yeah, you make sure you don't get jammed. Don't swing at nothing inside, and don't get jammed.
Yeah, because you don't care if you win or lose. I don't want to break any fingers today.
Yeah,
right?
but it was awesome because back then I played with George Bell, Jesse Barfield, Lloyd Mosby. Just Kelly Gruber, just some great guys.
We've asked everybody this. Have you partied with Kelly Gruber before?
Well, when we came up, it was me, Todd Stoudemire, Gruber, Pat Borders. We're all single. I love Toronto.
Fred McGriff, love Toronto.
Legendary.
Those are the days, right? You break into the big leagues. You got the world by the tail. You must have great memories when you come back and see some of these guys.
Oh, yeah, no complaints. I just hanging out, going downtown and coming here and everything. You just see everywhere you look is like a new building going up, new condos. There's always something going on in Toronto. So many people here, and more people moving here. It's a great city. Just talking to the guys and everything, and they're all like, a few guys like, yeah, I never been here to Toronto, man, but I think I can hang here. This is a great city.
It's a great city, and one that loves you and appreciates all the efforts you put in making the Blue Jays what they are and what they were. And Fred McGriff, the crime dog, you look like you're about 25 years old.
Yeah, what keeps you looking so young?
I shaved this morning and everything.
But you look so much older when you played because you had the mustache, right?
Well, see, that was the pressure. Every day you got to go out there and perform.
Yeah.
So now you're just playing golf, so you can kick back.
I thought you were going to say the mustache was for the ladies when you're in Toronto.
The flavor saver. Fred McGriff here, our guest for the Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic. Once again, we've thanked everybody for their time here this morning, but it said best by Larry David and the TV show Curb Your Enthusiasm. You can take my stuff, don't take my time, because I can't get more time. And guys like you donating your time today to this cause is just terrific. So thank you so much for coming.
No problem. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Fred McGriff, everybody.
It really is.
Absolute
pleasure.
No, it's awesome.
I can't believe this.
You sat next to Fred McGriff and Bo Jackson this morning.
It's whatever. It's done. I don't need anything.
It's the end of our lives.
I'm throwing the towel.
Thanks for coming, Fred. Great to meet you. Great to see you.
This is the Dean Blundell Show.
The Dean Blundell Show.
102.1 The Edge.
Hall of Famer, one of the greatest fielders ever to play the game of baseball, Mr. Ozzie Smith, everybody.
The
Hello,
Wizard.
Sir. The Wizard of Oz.
What's up?
Nothing. I just saw you down in the locker room, and I asked if it was nice to see me again. You said yes.
Oh, yeah, of course, Dean. Always a pleasure. Always that bright smile.
You're just saying that now, aren't you?
He's like,
he was like sleepwalking, man. Hey, how you doing?
It must be. Did you think when I walked in the locker room and you were getting ready, did you go, oh, great, they let those guys in, too?
I said, damn, Dean? Jeez.
No. They let him back?
No, it's cool. This is always great, man. It's nice to come back. And the people around here, you guys are so nice and very cordial. So we love coming back here.
You love coming to Canada, too, I think. We talked about it last year. You like the city, yeah.
I love the city. The city is very, very cosmopolitan, and it reminds me a lot New York, except it's a lot cleaner.
That's what everybody says.
They say that about the ladies too here.
Yeah. Your chances of going home with nothing if you come to Canada are pretty good. Ozzie Smith, our guest, of course, Hall of Famer. And I was just on your website, OzzieSmith.com, and some of the videos. Did you ever watch old videos of yourself where you're going one way, you reach back with a bare hand, grab a ball, and go, how did I do that?
No, not much anymore. I think for all of us, the first 3 or 4 years you're out, you probably sit down and watch some old videos and stuff. And I don't have any grandkids yet. Maybe, when I have grandkids or something, I may sit down and look at some old video to show them some old video and stuff. But right now, it was a point in time in my life that I loved. I enjoyed it. But it's time to move on.
What's moving on for you now? What happened? So take us from the time you retired.
I retired. Well, like a lot of us, we have the opportunity to do some television, some radio, and stuff like that. I worked with CNN Sports Illustrated. I did some color for the Cardinals for a little bit, and realized that that's not a way I want to make a living. Mm-hmm. And
just because broadcasters are mostly dirtbags?
Yeah, well, I've seen you guys, Dean. Come on. No, it was just one of those things that, as a player, you enjoy being in the action and on the field and stuff. And sometimes it's, sitting down and behind a mic or in front of a camera is not really what we like doing. Mm-hmm. It's not what we do.
Just a lack of passion for you?
Yeah, just a lack of passion. Not that, we don't spend a lot of time visiting like we're doing here now, doing interviews and stuff. But to make a living at it, it was not something that I enjoyed doing. I'm the education ambassador for the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm the president of the Gateway chapter of the PGA in St. Louis. So golf has really become my passion.
What's your handicap?
My handicap is 6.
So he's a golfer, Todd. I guess you wonder. Handicap is very good.
I started playing when I retired in '96.
Yeah. Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah.
So you've only been playing golf since you retired?
Yeah, I didn't actively get involved in golf until I retired in '96.
So just rub it in that you're a perfect athlete.
I'm not perfect. No, I'm not perfect. I mean, I had something going for me, and that I had pretty good hand and eye coordination, and that's pretty much all that helps you in this game. That you have good hand and eye coordination, but you still got to make shots. And it's one of those things that if you're going to be good at it, you got to spend some time doing it. And I think all of us apply ourselves the same way that we did to our craft. Mm-hmm. We have the opportunity to play in so many different tournaments that we don't want to embarrass ourselves. So, if you want to get good at it, you got to work at it, and you're only going to get out of it what you put in. And if you don't put the time in, then it could be embarrassing, and we certainly don't want to embarrass it. Yeah, even when you put the time in, it can be embarrassing.
With as many times as you've golfed in front of people, have you ever done any of those sort of celebrity programs or anything where there's actually people sort of lined up while you're teeing off or anything? Because that I would imagine.
You're talking about some of those crazy people.
Yeah.
Trust that I'm going to hit the ball straight. It's unbelievable.
I know. I've always wanted to ask someone that. When you see people lined
up like that,
get out of the way.
You're crazy. You have no idea. The pressure that I'm under right now. Hey, it's crazy. But, people are so trusting.
Yeah.
And, we're not all pros. So it gets a little scary. But it's finally getting to a point now to where there is some degree of consistency. And I think that's really what we're all working for. It's just getting to a point of consistency, and that being that hopefully my worst day is going to be 78, anywhere from 78 to 80.
Yeah. That's not a bad day for everybody else, though, Ozzie. So his standards are high. Ozzie Smith, Hall of Famer, our guest, of course, former St. Louis Cardinal. Coming here today, and you help out, and you're a very gracious man. You're a very kind man to be here. All these guys are. And you see some of the guys you used to play against. Who, when you look around the room, I asked a couple guys, when you look around the room, you go, I hated playing against that guy.
All of them, really.
Yeah.
No, it was, that's what's great about, this, having events like this. We have a chance to sit and visit with guys that you competed against all the time. And it's really another way to just continue to compete.
Yeah.
And I guess as guys, it's always about competition. And I don't know how and where I'm going to finish in this tournament here. I just don't want to finish last.
No,
so
still got that fire, man.
Oh yeah, you got to have that. That never leaves.
You know what? That was Canada's goal for the Olympics. Actually,
Is that right?
Just didn't want to finish last. Didn't care
It basically was. We were almost embarrassed. They said they wanted to finish 12th. We're like, go tell your boss that today.
You should tell your managers that when you play baseball.
Right.
I'm just hoping we can finish in the basement somewhere. Ozzie Smith, our guest here for the Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic, Eagles Nest Golf and Country Club. Greatly appreciate your time, and thanks again for coming back, and thanks for spending some time with us. Really, really nice to talk to you.
You guys are doing a great job. Joe's doing a great job, and you can't do things like this without great sponsors and stuff. And I've watched this thing grow tremendously in a very short period of time, and hopefully it will continue and continue raising money for children.
And Barkley's not here, so they're not going to run out of gin.
No. And hopefully nobody gets hit.
Ozzie Smith, everybody. Great to see you, Ozzie.
The Dean Blundell Show. On 102.1 The Edge.
The reason we're all here, and I'm not talking about the good Lord, it's the next best thing.
Really?
Joe Carter, everybody. Joe Carter.
Right on.
Thank you, Dean. Hey, I'm not leaving the house until you're off the air, right?
Okay. You're just afraid I'm going to steal some memorabilia, aren't you?
Exactly.
You look great, man. Nice to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing. And, if I was doing any better, I'd be twins.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel. Coming out here to Toronto, and all the rain we've had the last few days, and now the sun is shining, beautiful day, and for a great cause. All you guys are out here, and it's a lot of electricity in the air. I love it.
We were watching them cut the grass this morning, and you think about the kind of people that are here and why they're here, and to play such a nice golf course here at Eagles Nest, and everybody here for Children's Aid, and the amount of money you guys have raised. You got to be proud of just in 3 short years.
I am so proud of what has happened. My co-chair, James Dodds, and TD Bank, and the title sponsor this year, BlackBerry, Canada Goose, Callaway. Yeah,
Callaway.
I mean, you go on and on. It's just been phenomenal, and it's all for a great cause and the Children's Aid Foundation. So, you ask these guys, Dr. Jake coming back, and then, we bring in some guy who used to be an actor. What's his name? Charlie Sheen. Yeah. What is that like? People are like, can you get Charlie Sheen? I'm like, I'm going to try to get Charlie Sheen. And, you give him a call, and he says, I'll be there, Joe. And he comes up. Unbelievable. Fantastic.
Is that just because you needed someone to have more energy than Kelly Gruber this year?
Kelly needed a party mate.
The thing is, the one thing I told James when I said, when I won a tournament, I said, one, we got to have fun.
Yeah.
Got to have fun. And when I said I would bring in people that love to be around other people, because people are paying a lot of money to play in this tournament.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make it the best one, not just here in Canada, in the U.S., everywhere in the world, because people talk about it. And now, when I go to charity events, and all these athletes are like, Joe, I got to play in your tournament.
Yeah.
I got to play in your tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, Joey Porter with the Joey Porter and
Dolphins.
Played the Dolphins, and he's like, "Come on, man, I got to play." I said, "Well, don't have a spot this year, but next year we'll get you in."
Would he be mad if he knew I was playing?
No problem. Yeah, he signed some of the flags, so we're sorry for that, by the way.
That's right.
No, but
right.
It's a good tournament when the celebrities want to now pay to play with the celebrities.
Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic, of course. The man himself, Joe Carter, is here. Saw a picture someone tweeted last night of you and Mitch Williams. How did that go?
Well, no, I've known Mitch for a long time now.
Yeah.
We've done a few things where we've come together, talked about the game and everything. But Mitch wanted to come last year. Unfortunately, he was unable to. But I said, hey, you got to come back this year because I want Toronto to see exactly what type of guy Mitch is.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened in the World Series? Either he was going to get me out or he wasn't going to get me out. But what he did for the Philadelphia Phillies was awesome. And so you come back and you admire guys who stand up for what happened. And like he said, he didn't give up a home run to some punch and Judy hitter. I mean, that's what I was paid to do. But for him to come back and to help me in this great cause, I love the guy for it. But he's a stand-up guy and pretty good golfer, and he's going to have a lot more fun than I am today. So someone said, I was talking to Dodds, your coach here, and he was talking about how great he was, and I was
talking about to Hersh this morning, and he was talking about how he said he had all kinds of time for everybody here, and he says that's the game of baseball, and that's what makes memories. Doesn't matter which memory it is.
Well, exactly. And I told Mitch, hey, we're going to be tied to the hip for the rest of our lives, and so you're going to be famous. I'm going to be famous because when we're dead and gone, they'll still be talking about Mitch Williams and Joe Carter because it's something in baseball that's only happened twice in the history of the game, and it's been 18 years now since that home run. So I said I'm glad it happened to me and not for him, but I enjoyed that.
You ever have to apologize to him when you saw him last night? You go, hey, geez, sorry.
No, I never did, but he wouldn't expect that. He wouldn't accept my apology.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would. He sounds like a great guy. Todd, you want?
I was just going to say on behalf of Toronto, we thank you for being on that side of it too.
I agree.
Joe Carter here, Children's Aid gets the dough today. It has for the past 3 years. Are you impressed with the amount of money that you guys have been able to generate for good cause?
Already $500,000, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets bigger and bigger, and you thank the sponsors because with the sponsors, coming in every year and donating more and more money for a great cause, and they see what the value they get for the money, which is tremendous. And like I say, TD Bank and James has done a tremendous job. Yeah, you can't go wrong. You got those guys behind you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're good. We're good.
Yeah, no, I'll talk about.
So humble right now.
I didn't do any of it. Thank you so much for your time, Joe. I know you're busy. You got a bunch of pals.
I got to go play golf.
Yeah, you got to play. Are you going low today?
Well,
he's a scratch golfer, which means he doesn't really have a handicap.
We're going about 21 under today.
Are you really?
Yes.
Oh, it's on then.
Me and Dominic, yes, we are.
Well, I'm going deep.
Dino's a pretty good golfer, too. I don't know if you know. He's a pretty good golfer. He doesn't like to talk about it. Yeah.
That's all right. We'll see. We'll see.
On the Edge.
From beautiful Kirkland Lake, Ontario, via downtown, via L.A.
I came through Englehart, North Bay, and ended up in L.A. I missed the Toronto turnout. Thank you.
Did you go?
Don't get up.
Great to see you. It's quite the honor to have Mr. Seaver in the house, if you know what I'm saying.
Dr. Seaver.
Yeah.
Sorry. You know that Julius Erving won't let you get away with Mr. Irving. It was Dr. Seaver. Stay-at-home shrink. You must have married one of those.
No, I'm divorced now. And
good.
He's seeing one now, though.
Yeah.
You know what that's all about.
Yes. You had to keep the home shrink.
I needed one on my way out, but I'm okay now, thanks.
You don't look it.
No. So what are you doing here, Alan?
Well, I'll hit a few golf balls. I enjoy the camaraderie and the cause and being home for a couple of days, and it's all good. Win, win, win.
Are you in
except for the people who play with me.
Do you golf a lot?
I do golf a lot because I hit a lot of balls every round. I don't play often.
Yeah.
I don't even have a home course. I enjoy some of the children's charity kind of things that I get invited to play in. So my game is adequate with gusts of mediocrity.
Well, it's pretty much the general golfer, isn't it? They say 90% of the world's in this certain group of golfers, and then there's us.
Yeah, none of these guys can play. Have they been telling you they're good?
Carter said. Joe said, he can. He's a scratch golfer. He
wants to win.
Yeah.
Well, there are some single-digit guys who make the rest of us look bad, but it's a very exacting game, and most of us are just approximate guys. But and it's a great humbling factor about golf. All of these are world-class athletes in their disciplines, and there's something about that immovable ball and nobody hitting you, and still they can't master it to a degree that they would ever be on a tour, for instance. So they love to play it for that reason, I think.
Yeah, when you see these guys as an actor, they say all actors and musicians want to be golfers, and all golfers want to be actors and musicians. So when you talk to these guys, how many of these guys that are here come up to you and go, "Man, I loved you in Growing Pains. You were the best."
Oh, all these guys just, if they had their druthers, they would be radio hosts.
Yeah, right. They don't even want to go on with us.
Joe Carter just said to me, forget those home runs. That 193-0. Forget it. I want to be out there beside a pond with a bunch of ducks. in the morning, early, with no coffee. And they ran out of ketchup. Son of a...
Are you in Richmond Hill doing a show? Is that where you're in town doing? Or
I am. We open September 26th, the world premiere of a brand new musical called Queen for a Day.
Yeah, and this is you.
It is not the George Michael story. No, this is, and no, it's not mine. I didn't write it. I had nothing to. Except I will play the lead character who is called. Actually, it's not called. It's based on a real life character, Jack Bailey, who was the host of the first reality show ever, reality competition giveaway show. Went on the radio in 1944 and then progressed to TV, was on TV till 1964. It was called Queen for a Day, American network show. And they took ordinary people, housewives, and made them Queen for a Day, gave them stuff, gifts, made their wishes come true, fantasy time. And an interesting observation not only on the evolution of those kinds of television shows, the genesis of reality shows now, but also on the status of women back then, how they were regarded, and there are racial issues. They never had a black person on the show in the early years. So some interesting subject matter, and they've turned it into a fine musical, and I'll do what I can with it.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, it's so you're still doing. You still want to do the theater stuff. You still want to try new stuff, and which is great. I mean, I guess
no, actually, not at all.
Oh,
no, only because I this was a very special opportunity, and I thought a terrific show. And I have family in Toronto. I'll take any excuse to come back. I love being home. And but no, I played Broadway a few years ago. I played the Billy Flynn role in Chicago, and then I toured with that for a while. And I got immense respect for gypsies, the people who commit themselves to that lifestyle, musical theater performers, because it's really a tough discipline, and largely because of the schedule. You never see a playoff game, you never have dinner with friends, you get Mondays off, and that's the day you travel to the next city that you probably didn't want to be in anyway. And and you do the same thing over and over. It's the precision of musical theater that makes it so appealing too, I think. So
yeah, it's hard. It's like anything live. Anything live, there's a chance you could F it up. And I highly doubt you seem like a consummate professional. I highly doubt you'll F it up. So that's good news.
Well, I'm going to do my best because I like the project a lot. Like I said, and it gives me a chance to come home. So that's a win-win.
What's it like now? Obviously, having
Alan Thicke, our guest, by the way. Alan Thicke is here at the Joe Carter Charity Classic. Sorry, Todd. Go ahead.
No, don't be sorry. What's it like having a son who's extremely famous right now? Obviously, you're talking about singing, so you got me thinking about that.
It's great. I'm so thrilled for Robin, and he's worked hard. He didn't just fall into it. I was no help whatsoever. I taught him how to fill out the publisher forms. That was my big contribution. I said, learn how to write 51%. And then, but and I dabbled with music and had some fun and made a couple of bucks. But he really raised the family brand to an art form, and like I say, he works very hard at it. He's just finished his first movie.
Which movie? What did he do?
He did a movie whose title is being changed. The Relativity Media is doing it, and he plays he plays a salon owner in it. But it's a drama. It's kind of a real life drama. And,
I like how
he's
you
also
laugh.
I know.
He's also recurring on Kevin Hart's new comedy sitcom for the BET network. So he's got a.
Do they allow people that aren't black on BET?
Well, he thinks he's black.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And I don't want to spoil his fun. I'm going to tell him otherwise. I mean, it's pretty hard what he's had to overcome. To be the darling of the urban R&B hip hop crowd. He had to overcome a Canadian Caucasian white sitcom dad. That's not easy.
Yeah, you're a talk show host too once, weren't you? Yeah, all of it.
It's not good for your R&B cred. I used to tell him, I said, I'm sorry, we don't have R&B in Canada. We had R or B. Rhythm or blues. You take your pick. We don't do both at once. Nobody paid attention to us until Drake beat up on Chris Brown. We had no rapper cred at all.
Well, I got to tell you, as someone that's listened to a lot of Drake and knowing his personality here in the city, he still doesn't have a lot of cred. So maybe he does down
there.
The
Forest Hill upbringing didn't give it to him?
His name's Aubrey. You don't give a guy named Aubrey a lot of credit when he calls himself Drake.
told Robin, I said, you need to slap Chad Johnson. Then you're going to be okay. You go straighten that boy out.
Alan Thicke, our guest. He's here for the Joe Carter Charity Classic. Thank you so much. And again, the Richmond Hill Theater. That's do you
September 26th.
Yeah, go see it. It sounds like it's great.
I think it's going to be fine. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
If I come, will you say hi?
I will. We have security there.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
When he compass tickets.
Yeah, no, he won't. Alan Thicke, everybody.
Thanks,
great
guys.
to see you.
I just got to say, too, because people can't see him, perfect hair still. Just this perfect, still perfect
And that's
hair.
all I care about. And it wasted on radio. When they said, come talk to these guys, I was sure it was video and you'd catch my gel. Okay.
It is now a proven fact. Facebook is a scourge on society. Facebook destroys relationships. Facebook makes people do terrible things to one another. Terrible, terrible things.
The Dean Blundell Show is on Facebook. See what the guys are up to. Leave a comment. Listen to the podcast. Make new friends.
Dispose of the old ones.
Check us out on Facebook today. And please like us.
All right, whatever.
The Dean Blundell Show. 102.1 The Edge.
And one of my favorite guys to talk to every year is here now. I'm one of his heroes, Ray Bourque. Ray Bourque is back.
Dean, how are you? Why is that? Because 2 years ago, I actually stopped and talked to you for about, half
3
hour?
seconds.
Half hour. And did I tell you? Remember I told you I was going to call you the next morning?
Yeah. And you did.
I did.
He did.
He actually, he called on the show.
You did. You're one of the only guys that ever actually said, yeah, I'll call you tomorrow, and didn't walk away going, what a dick.
Oh, and you said, yeah, sure, he'll call.
Well, I didn't think Ray Bourque would be calling our show. It was a little off when a Hall of Famer says, yeah, I'll give you a call, but you
did. It was all that lack of attention I had when I was a kid, so you were giving me some. So,
yeah, dude, you're one of the good guys. You're here again this year, and of course, being a Hall of Famer, all the baseball Hall of Famers, you got a football Hall of Famer. Is it cool seeing all these guys that were the best at what they've done all in the same room every year?
Yeah, it's always great to get together for a great cause, and a lot of us go around and do different things, and when you could lend a hand and trying to help a fellow athlete put something on special that's going to make a difference in kids' lives, we show up and then we have some good laughs and good times. And, night before we always go to the Blue Jays games and kind of meet up again. And
Light It Up, that's where we met. We met over a couple of cocktails at the Blue Jay game. Do you remember that? Yes. And then we just became best friends.
So Ray, how is it that originally a guy like you and Joe Carter, completely different sports, get together?
Well, I think we really respect what, I was a huge baseball fan. I grew up in Montreal, and I love watching the Expos, and I just love watching Joe Carter and seeing, him win a couple of World Series here in Toronto, making, hitting that big homer to win it all, and was always a special player, and I always enjoyed playing. I love watching. I watch all sports, and you really enjoy watching the good players, how they do it right, and they're successful, and it's always fun to meet up with those guys and talk shop more or less, and so I really followed all sports, and Joe was a special player, and TD, I do a lot of work with them. And I was able to come up here on their behalf 3 years ago and been here ever since.
Great.
Ray Bourque, our guest at the Joe Carter Charity Classic in Maple at Eagles Nest, 3rd annual. They'll collectively in the last few years raised about $1 million for charity. So there's just proof in the pudding that everybody's help means a lot. But more importantly, I just found out Ray is a grandfather.
Oh, congratulations, Ray!
Thank you very much.
I've never seen a grandfather twice. I was going to say I've never seen a grandfather with better hair.
Alan Thicke's got nice hair.
I think I got him. I got him.
No, you got him beat. You got him beat.
Now, which is weird when you say, because Ray Bourque's a grandfather. Do you feel like a grandfather? Because you got two of them now.
Yeah, my son Chris has a little 3-year-old boy named Kingston, and my daughter has a little girl named Gracie. That's 2 months, and they're exactly a month apart. One was born May 5th and one June 5th, so we're having a blast with that. And yes, I'm playing my first senior event at the golf course this weekend coming up.
Are you serious?
Senior club championship. So that says it all right there.
And the 10% off at Shoppers.
Yeah, and you're wearing the glasses that help you read better too. I noticed that.
Yeah,
today.
but past my hand, I could see better than anybody. I
really
find my ball everywhere on the golf course.
Do you really? Yeah. Is that what you do now mostly? Because guys like you have a competitive spirit you can't stomp on, so you got to go do something competitive. Is it golf? Is it business? What is it for Ray Bourque?
Yeah, we just love to suffer out there because it's a game that you'll never master. They say you just rent it, you never own it, and that's so true. And it's such a great game, and I'm very competitive and play with some great guys back in Boston, and we have a lot of fun trying to get better, and thank God we have it.
What guy that you played hockey with or played against, do you play with any guys now regularly that you used to play with?
Yeah, I play a lot with Gordy Kluzak, Reggie Lemlin, Bob Sweeney. A lot of the guys that I played with through the 80s are still all in Boston, so we get together a lot, and we have a great alumni in Boston that we do a lot of hockey games together, and a few times in the summer we meet up and play golf, and a few of the guys, like I mentioned, I play with all the time.
Well, dude, it's great to have you again. If you want your picture with me after, just give me a few minutes.
It's already done. Come on.
Did we do? Yeah, we did the picture together.
Aren't you guys open up like a restaurant together now or something?
Hey, how about that restaurant, huh?
Yeah,
you were there.
I was there.
You went to Ray's?
Yeah. Well,
it's called Tresca.
Tresca, exactly.
Tresca.
Yeah, exactly. It's an Italian food, right?
Yeah, Italian in the North End in Boston.
Absolutely delicious
and
restaurant.
you own it? Do you work there too? Like, will you go there and say hi to people?
I go there. We have a great manager, and I could be in there 2 to 3, 4 times a week, or I try to get in there at least once a week. So,
do you have a website for it? Is it just Tresca.com?
I think if you go, Tresca.com, you'll find it on our website, and great spot.
Were you Italian?
Well, I've eaten enough Italian. Look at me. But it's in this little area called the North End. It's like Little Italy of Boston. It's probably 1 square mile of 85 Italian restaurants. So it's really a neat area in Boston.
Do you? What's your favorite thing on your menu?
Ossobuco.
Ossobuco.
Oh, yes.
You have it when you go there every time?
Call it Ossobuco.
Oh, is that? It sounds sexy when Ray says it.
Yeah. And it's TrescaNorthEnd.com. So if you're in the Boston area, go down.
Really appreciate your time, Ray Bourque. Nice to see you. Let's hear it for Ray Bourque, everybody. Hall of Famer
guys.
here. Joe Carter Charity Golf Classic. Nice to see you. TrescaNorthEnd.com. Northend.com.
Yeah.
And tweet Ray Bourque. He tweets every day.
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
Get him on Facebook.
Start texting.
The Dean Blundell Show, 102.1 The Edge.